interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Yo, it's Remember the Show. Slick with the flows, where the sparring can go. Who's gonna be on, man, you never will know. Guess you better tune in, cause we live from Chicago. Bilal Muhammad, that's the king of the tweets. Jason Anik looks like John, step his hands to his feet. Every Thursday, we gon' give you a treat. It's Remember the Show, hit play and repeat. And retweet, and retweet, and retweet. And retweet, it's Remember the Show, hit play and repeat.
Episode 18, Remember the Show. Jason Anik, Bilal Muhammad. So, Bully, I know VFS Academy in Chicago, y'all have strict rules, 24-hour rule with wins and losses. You know, you don't want to, celebrate too much or dwell, but this ain't VFS Academy. This is Bilal's show. I've been celebrating all week. Let's go, Bully!
My dude. The shade.
Nice win, Bully. Nice win, baby.
Thank you, my brother. Yeah, you have those couple days where you get to celebrate, man, but it felt good, man. It felt good to finally get back in there, man. It feels even better just to be on the show celebrating it, just to have that mode.
I hear you. Well, we could talk about the fight all we want. Dominant, one-sided, suffocating. Certainly want to touch on the leg and see how that's doing. I have to tell you, though, for me watching the fight, my wife has said to me, she said, it's almost like a Patriots playoff game. I wasn't eating much during the day. I was nervous. I was all sorts of fired up, and I was glad it was on ESPN. I could enjoy the pay-per-view. Dude, unbelievable performance. We could talk about it all night, but we certainly have a lot to get to today. How is the leg? I was a little less curious how your leg was this morning as I was this afternoon, if you know what I mean. But how is the leg?
Feeling a lot better. I went to cryos, a beautiful thing. Went there yesterday. Feeling good. It was like a little swollen, but actually got a good workout in today. So just feeling normal again now. You had your couple of days but it was like excuse to be lazy. But now you can't be lazy anymore. So now you got to turn up. So like when your body realized like, you got another fight coming up. All right, cool. Let's go. We're good now.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of which, so anyone who tuned into the Anik and Florian podcast on Monday saw that you and my brother John and Kenny and talking about this March 13 card and how Leon Edwards is looking for someone to step up. And sure enough, Bilal, remember the name Muhammad, not afraid to step up. So what a day, man. We got another fight on our hands. Talk to me about Leon Edwards and what your day has been like today.
Yeah, man, I'm not in this game just to sit back and, dwell on a victory and just sit there and, take all the comments and like gloat about a victory right now, man. I'm ready to look on to the next one. I'm always one of those guys that looks ahead. And Leon Edwards is one of those guys where everybody's saying no to him. All these top guys, nobody wants to take this fight, man. But me, if I'm able to fight, I'm going to fight. And when I heard it, I was like, let me hit up my manager. Let me try to see if this is available. So I hit him up. He said, wait, you're down? And I was like, am I down? Let's go. Like, I'm ready to go. I literally had 2 back-to-back camps. So like in shape-wise, I felt like the best shape I'm in. No injuries really. So it's like, why not? I want to strike with the iron's hot right now. When you have guys like I told you last year where Gilbert Burns, man, he was back-to-back-to-back.
Yep.
And staying active, like you like it's a whole different feeling when you're in that cage. So it's a whole different comfort in that cage. So me being able to fight back-to-back so soon, I think it's going to show a lot better, and it's going to show people that, this guy's a contender. When these guys are sitting there talking about, man, who does Usman fight next? Who does Usman fight next? Right. I'm that guy now. After this fight right here, they're going to be like, Bilal Muhammad is next in line.
Exactly, because frankly, your name wasn't mentioned there's names thrown out, but for the next up, you haven't been mentioned, but you will be soon. Dude, so in terms of this spot with Leon Edwards, when you guys were talking on the podcast on Monday, it almost sounded like you didn't know if the turnaround, if it would be too quick or not. And I'm not trying to get in your business with the leg. I know it's healing up. You do plenty of cryo, but certainly all your cardio's in shape. I heard you talking about with Felder, sort of swimming miles versus a half a mile. So certainly we got a 5-round fighter on our hands.
Yeah, for sure. And like, that's the thing too, where you have guys like Paul Felder and guys that I'm close with, and I see those guys step up and take fights on 1 week notice where they had no training camp. And, that motivates you, and that makes you want to I want to be like Paul. Like that's the way that, you know, his life changed after that fight, where the respect he got from that and being one of those guys to step up. Like I'm that same guy, you know, and it made me want to be like him, you know, where they say keep guys around your circle that motivate you. Like Paul Felder motivated me with that fight, and it made me want to had that type of story, add that chapter in my life where, yo, this guy stepped up 3 weeks notice against the number 3 fighter in the world, and he won this fight.
You know, it's interesting. When we talked last week, I thought maybe you'd be staying out in Las Vegas with Flash Gordon. And it's fascinating because back in Chicago now and getting this news, had you been in Vegas, who knows, you might have just stayed and kept rolling had you stayed out there. But I'm sure you're glad to be back home, sort of get settled, because camp is in session.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I was sitting there, I was like, man, I was so mad. Literally the day I got back to Chicago, because I was contemplating staying in Vegas at least like 3 or 4 more days. But then I was like looking at flights, and flights were like super expensive. And I was like wondering what the heck it was, but it was like Chinese New Year. Monday was the day off for everybody for President's Day. Then it was like tickets were super expensive. I was like, yeah, you know, after a fight, you know, you want to see your family, stuff like that. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just go home. I went home, literally the biggest snowstorm Chicago had in like a year. And I was like, ah. And then my coach, Mike Valley, was still in Vegas, and he was like on a golf course, and he showed me like, sent me videos of him on a golf course, and I'm looking outside and it's like snowing. I'm like, dude, I'm sitting there looking at Uber Eats like, yo, is this person going to deliver my food? I literally ordered Uber Eats. The guy didn't come. It was like 40 minutes, but it was like a snowstorm. So then I was like, all right, you know, I'm gonna go pick up this food myself. So I drove myself, and then I went to pick up the food. I went home, and then Uber Eats is calling me, and I'm like, what is this person calling me for? Literally like 20 times. And he's like, yo, hello. Yeah. Did you get your food? I was like, yo, I got my food myself. I went to pick it up. He's like, all right, well, what do you want me to do? I said, what do you mean? Just go home. I was like, I left you a tip. I'm like, dude, I went to go pick it up. I was like, I don't want to wait for it. And then literally like called me like 10 times in a row after that, because I just hung up in the face. He's like, yeah, you have to do something with the app. And I was like, I don't know what you want me to do, bro. I'm eating right now. So then he called me like 10 times, like, what does this guy want? And I was like, yo, hello, what do you want? He's like, bro, they're making me call you. Like, please do something. And I was like, all right, man. I don't know, man. I was like, I'll write an email or something, but like, dude, just relax. Say you delivered it. He's like, oh, I don't know what to do. And I was like, I never thought about that. Like, why can't you just say you delivered it?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah. I was like, what the heck, bro? I gave you a tip. You don't have to do nothing.
Well, anyway, dude, I'm glad you're back where you need to be, getting ready for this big night. You know, it's interesting. On March 6th, you have 3 championship fights, and people are going to be so hungry for the following weekend, that main event. And it's thrilled for you to get the spot in that main event. Can't wait to watch, man. I'm just thrilled. It was a great day, man, all around. So I couldn't stay away from Leon Edwards. I wanted to talk about Diego Lima, and I just couldn't. But it was interesting, some of the things that I heard you say during the week about some of the opportunities maybe where you sort of saw different spots where maybe you would have handled things differently as you watch the fight back. And one thing that I thought was kind of interesting when you talked about the takedowns is sort of the commitment to them and sort of backing off a little bit, not necessarily. And what was sort of interesting to me is sometimes I do see a lot of guys sort of waste energy, whether it be doing anything, whether it trying to get a takedown that's unattainable or whatever. So was pulling back just because you weren't really committed, or did you want to sort of, you know, not waste your energy there?
It was more so like when I got to the point where I was in there and I was in his face and I was seeing him break, like you could see somebody break. I was seeing him breathe hard, and then shooting in on him like the first couple times, like, all right, I noticed like, all right, this guy obviously was working on defending that takedown all camp or whatever like that. So I was like, he's been working on that. And then when your back's to the cage, and like he wouldn't come out to the center at all. He was staying with his back to the cage the whole time. Like that's a third leg for you. So like when you're pushing somebody to the cage, trying to get somebody down off the cage, like there's certain guys that are really good at it, like a Khabib, and he has this takedowns off that cage that are like money for him. But then other guys, they use that, and they use that cage as defense. So like they'll sit there and be able to balance on there. So it's like harder to get that double leg or that single leg on there because it's extra balance on there. So then a lot of the time it's more of like a boring transaction where like Masvidal against Usman, where people are like, oh, why are you doing foot stomps? Because he couldn't get him down. You know, Masvidal has really good cage defense, and he was pushing him against the cage, and it was hard for Usman to take him down. But Usman just stayed on him and kept him there. Just like that's why he had to do the foot stomps, the little knees. But that's boring to fans, and that's like one of those where, for me, I wanted to have that fight where I had an opportunity like this that came from it. So like if I went in there and I just pushed him to the fence, I could have held him there, did a couple knees here, kept trying for the takedown, trying to force it. And it would have been more of like a boring fight. But being on ESPN, you got a lot of eyes on you, and it was a pay-per-view. So like, I knew I wanted to go out there, and I didn't want to have any boring moments in a fight. I wanted to be in there, and I wanted to just put it on him to the point where people are going to be talking about it the next day. And that was my whole goal this whole time. And Kieran Bryant, she actually texted me before the fight, like, let your hands go, let your hands go. And that was my goal this whole time. Yeah. Is just letting go. Like I'm usually a slow starter in my fights, but I did some different warm-ups backstage this time, and I came out feeling super good, man. I started out super fast, and I think it's going to change my game. And just starting out with that pressure, and I just showed that I could keep that same pace for 3 rounds. And now I'm going to show I can keep that same pace for 5 rounds. Absolutely. Just nonstop punching. And I just had output where it was like Max Holloway output with still had 10 takedown attempts. So like I had that energy where I could go all day with everything.
Well, and you've said, the gas tank is the only thing that would cause you to be worried. As long as you got that full gas tank and your cardio's there, you're not going to worry about anything else. Some of the things that we don't talk about before the fight, Diego Lima, we're certainly not going to get into great detail, but what was the thing you were most wary of? Like, obviously you got to win that fight to get the Leon Edwards opportunity. So in that Diego Lima fight, what were you most wary of going into the fight that said, hey, I better watch out for this because I don't want to lose this spot?
This is it's one of those fights where being a big favorite where everybody's like, oh man, this guy's going to win. Like he got nothing for you, and everybody's messing you, and you're like, oh, you're going to walk through this guy. And it's like, oh, you see the odds? You see the odds? And it's like, those are the scariest fights because you're expected to win. And there's no
big time.
Everybody's like, oh, you're going to kill this guy. And those are like, this guy's trained for 8-10 weeks to fight me. This guy's a man standing in front of me, and he's not going to let me. You saw with the one after fight after me, what's his name? Vieira. Rodolfo Vieira. He was a 30-1 favorite on there, and he was a black belt, and he got tapped out by a purple belt. And you're like, wait, this guy's supposed to walk through him. Like, what the heck? That Fluffy Hernandez didn't say that. He was like, nope. He took him down. He mounted him. He's like, nope, I'm not giving that up. And then, like I said, cardio. Like, you're like, wait, what the heck? I mounted you. Why aren't you giving up? Like, that breaks guys. That makes them fold. And you saw with that type of guy right there, who's 9-0 undefeated. He never had a guy break in front of him. Didn't fold in front of him, so what that made him break. And being that guy where I was such a big favorite, and everybody's like, oh, easy road to victory, there's no easy road to victory, man. This is a freaking fight.
This guy doesn't need an introduction, ladies and gentlemen. The Olympian, 2-time UFC champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please bend the knee for Triple C and welcome Henry Cejudo to the program. What's up, Triple C?
What's up, guys? What's up, John? How are you guys? How's that?
Oh, you got the crown. What's
up? Hey, Triple
one?
C, it's not John. It's not John. There's some lettuce up here. It's not John.
This is Jason, John's twin brother.
Oh, my bad. God, Lee.
Right?
Okay. At first, I really did think John was wearing a wig, man.
Right? Nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I apologize, but
You're good, man. You're good.
How you feeling, champ?
Good, man. It's triple champ, but it's.
I apologize.
I'm out here hanging out with my brother's family, my nieces and nephews, just enjoying.
Oh, Ali in the comments. What's up, guys?
There's Abdelaziz. My bad. I'm still kind of thrown off, Jason.
I'm sure, man. If I take it down, you'll really be thrown off. But you could be sure I know plenty about you. And certainly we're all eyes on you constantly. So I got to ask, man, because I know you're tight on time. Are the eyeballs on March 27th going to be fixated on your television screen? You're such a competitor. You look like you're in good shape. We're all just itching, man. Are your eyeballs interested March 27th at all?
You're talking about March 27th. You're talking about March 6th.
Well, either one. I was talking about. It's funny. I was talking featherweight, but I probably could be talking bantamweight too.
I mean, there's a lot of different divisions, man. For me, there's a lot of opportunities, and I said it before, man. It's the Cejudo weight division. They can all get it. The flyweights, the bantamweights, and the featherweight. But sure, the fight that really tugs at me is fighting Volkanovski. That's the fight that really I want to make history, man. I've made history already. I just want to continue to keep stacking the accolades, and that's it, man. I know I could beat Volkanovski. Dana White knows that I could beat Volkanovski. There's somebody personal and dear to me was said to him that the reason why Dana White doesn't want to give me the title shot is because he knows that I'll beat Volkanovski, and then he probably thinks I'll retire again.
Were you ever close at all with any of the like negotiations or anything with that?
No.
Oh, we got more company.
For that same reason. But you guys ask KG that, man. He's the main event.
What's up, KG?
Hey. What's up, John?
What's up, brother?
Oh, it's not John. That's his brother.
Hey, you caught on a little more quickly to Triple C. What's up, man? Yeah, Jason, you got main event Muhammad, who you know well. Nice
right.
win Saturday night, Mr. Gastelum. Well done, man. That was a big spot for you. Nice job.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a good one. Coming off back to back losses. So yeah, it wasn't my best performance, but I got the W, which matters.
Yeah, but when you say it's not your best performance, but like I felt like it was one of those performances where you got back into doing what got you there. Like your wrestling, man. Like everybody forgot about how good of a wrestler you are. And Highness was talking all that trash, like, oh, I'm a better wrestler. I'm gonna show like I'm a bigger wrestler. And you went out there and you freaking put it on him.
Yeah, man. For this camp and for the last camp too, I didn't really get to display it. I've been going back to my wrestling roots, and yeah, it played dividends in this fight for sure, and I'm happy about that.
All right, well, now that I got both of you guys.
What about you, Muhammad? Congrats on your fight, bro. I tell you what, man, that lead leg when you're getting kicked, bro. I know what that feels like, dude. You are one tough dude, man. People have no idea.
Thanks, bro. That's what I tell people, where I'm like, people don't understand, where they're like, oh man, what do you do with the lead leg? And I'm like, dude, it's all mental. It's like, when you look at guys, like tough guys, like where when I said it, I was like, you, Paul Felder, Dustin Poirier, guys that like felt those kicks in a fight, and they're like, how do those guys tough it out? It's because like you have to be strong mentally, where it's like guys that don't fold, and like it hurt, but it's like, yo, I'm still not gonna fold off a freaking leg kick.
So let me ask you a question then.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, KG.
No, I was just gonna add to it. Like it was blowing my mind. Like Muhammad didn't give a. He was just in front of him throwing hands. I loved it.
Yeah, can I add one thing to that too?
Yeah.
It's as a wrestler, man, we're accustomed to going through those tough challenges and those experiences that take it to the next level. Somebody like Conor or somebody that can kind of fold, like they've never been through the true trenches. Somebody like O'Malley, they have never truly been like tested. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Exactly.
And I'm not picking on them, but they don't know how to compete in that sense. Because you can tell right away you got hit a lot harder than McGregor and Sean O'Malley, and you kept running and you kept coming forward and you switched, which is something that they never did. I was surprised you still stayed, righty, but you started covering distance, which was key.
Yeah,
that was a good fight, bro.
I
wish you would.
Appreciate it, man.
I wasn't sure if you got fight of the night or not, but that was a good fight, dude. You guys, that was like 3 fights in one.
Thank you. Honestly, it means a lot coming from a champion. Appreciate it, brother. But now that I got both you guys here, let's try to get Gastelum another win. Let's try to get Triple C a fourth seed. Let's start this game show, Cody.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I've seen you guys playing some games on the dunes together earlier today. I caught up with some old footage of you two cats. You know each other pretty well. Anyway, new game for you today. Questions go back and forth. If you know the answer, shout bully. So if you know the answer, shout bully. Don't shout out the answer. If the answer is wrong,
the song went off?
You got me?
You good?
You got me?
And then,
bully, you got me?
Hey guys, I can't hear you guys.
I got you, Tudo.
Come here, Bay, or somebody that's good with technology.
Hey, bully, you got me? KG,
yeah, I got you. I got you, Jason.
I got it.
You good, Henry?
I can't hear.
Oh,
I can't.
Let me text him to go out and come back in.
They can hear you.
We hear you.
Everyone can see and hear you.
We can hear you.
We see that crown.
You can hear us yet, Henry? Hold on, let me message him.
can hear him. No one's just talking because you're not allowed to hear the answers.
Come on, Henry.
Come on,
You hear
Triple
us?
C. You got that dial-up internet?
Let's go, Triple C.
Hold on, I just messaged him to go out and come back in.
Oh man.
Kelvin, you and Triple C know
This
each
is
other
cool.
pretty well, huh?
Yeah, man, we go back some ways, and ever since we started, I remember meeting him when he was starting out in the local shows in Arizona. So, yeah, we go way back.
I can tell.
He's my little big brother.
Everyone can see.
What he is.
You good?
You good, Henry? Let me try calling him. Yo.
Hello?
Yeah, hey, try Xing out and coming back in.
Okay, so I'm sorry, what do you want me to do?
Try like exiting out and then coming back in from that same link.
Funny.
Okay, all right.
All right. Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
He just didn't want to
People are
face
still
gas
watching.
flow.
People still watching though.
Yeah, you have us on, man.
Oh, this is live. So all these technical
Nice.
difficulties, people just gonna have to stay with it.
Cool. Okay.
You good, Henry?
All right, I can hear it, man. Did Calvin go first?
Beautiful.
I'm confused, bro.
What's
I know
that?
Calvin
we're
went back to my
explaining the
hand.
rules.
That dude owes me
All right,
money.
we're back. So Cody, if you don't mind, let me see those rules again. All right, gentlemen, the game show rules. The questions go back and forth a lot like Jeopardy. You're going to pick a category. If you know the answer, shout bully. Don't shout out the answer, shout bully. If you get it wrong, negative points. The points go to your opponent. If you get it right, you get the points. High score wins. Best of luck.
All right, guys. The categories for today are
No KG.
where did KG just go?
I think KG went to go Roma, knowing him. I know too well. He's taking a 420 break.
Where that? Let me message him.
Yeah, man. You see, guys, this is what happens, man. We deal with those fighters.
coming.
Dude. We're
He's coming.
unpredictable.
You good?
I made it.
Hey.
All right, guys. These are the categories for today. First category
Let's
is
go.
name scramble. So these are UFC fighter names that are scrambled, and then if you figure out who it is first, just shout bully.
Okay.
Okay.
Second one is who is it? So these are filters from Instagram. So these are Instagram photos, and you got to tell me the face is covered. You got to tell me which person it is.
Oh,
This is
boy.
face smash. This is two fighter faces smashed together. You got to tell me whose face mashes they are.
Oh, Jesus
And then this is just
Christ.
UFC trivia. These are easy UFC trivia questions that multiple choice. So Calvin, you were here
Okay.
first. I'll let you pick the first category.
Let's
Go ahead,
do-
KG. Ladies
Oh,
first,
man.
man.
Cool.
Ladies first.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Let me see. Let's do who is it for 100, bro.
Who is it for 100? Who is it? Khabib or Jan?
That looks like
That's
Jan.
Jan.
Bully.
You got to say bully.
Bully.
I'm sorry, bully.
Henry,
Bully, bully, bully.
I'm gonna say Jan.
you're going with Jan?
Yeah. Final answer.
Jan, final answer. It is Jan.
Ah, I knew that. one.
Okay.
Come on, KG, man. You
You're
better get off that
freaking nuts to
420
me.
diet. Dale,
You're up,
gaga.
You pick the category, Henry.
Okay, so I get a
Get
chance.
it.
to say. I'm gonna say face smash for
Face
100.
smash for 100.
Face smash.
This is two fighter
That's
faces.
Bully, bully.
Calvin,
That looks like Derek Lewis and
3,
Curtis
2,
Blades.
boom. I was like, what are you taking so long? The game, if you turn it
Yeah.
sideways, you can see it better.
Oh, that is
Nice.
good, KG. Jesus.
That was a good call right there. That was a hard one.
Ah,
right.
Man.
That's funny.
KG, you're up.
Let's do UFC trivia for 400, please.
UFC trivia 400. Which of these pair of brothers aren't really blood related? The Diaz brothers, the Pettis brothers, the Shamrock brothers, or the Burns brothers?
Which of the purple
Damn.
bully
Bully.
that are related?
That aren't related. They're not really
Oh,
blood
okay.
brothers.
All right, I said it first, right? Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
say the Shamrock brothers. D or C, final answer for 400. Put that in my pocket now.
That was big. That was big.
Ah!
They're not really blood brothers.
Damn.
Come on, KG,
Oh,
step it up, dude. Stay off that
You
thing.
got
What you
it.
doing? You gotta keep it PG right here, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You're up,
Triple
Triple C.
Wow, dude.
We gotta get you Sada over there.
You pick the next category, Triple C.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna do. Let's do name scrambles for 400 because all I do is go big.
Name scramble.
Damn, maybe I shouldn't have.
Oh man. Oh man. I'll
Can I pass? Is there a pass here?
3, 2,
Curtis
One.
Bully.
Kelvin.
Curtis Blades.
Oh, we got
it
it.
is. No, hold on.
Yes,
this is-
I did. I'm
Dude, this
coming
is
back.
scripted, man.
Watch your back.
What's the
Yeah,
score,
let's-
man?
500 to 200.
Okay,
You're up, Calvin.
let's even that up. Let's do name scrambles for 300, please.
Name scramble for 300. Going for that tie.
Bully.
Triple C.
No,
Kamaru,
I
the
said,
Nigerian
hold
Nightmare
on, I
Usman.
said it first. What?
That was a close one. That was a close thing, but
No
Calvin, you
way,
get the
I
next tie.
said it first.
Calvin, you get the next tie.
Go ahead, Calvin.
Goodness.
Triple C, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna do UFC trivia. I'm gonna play conservative because I for 100.
You're gonna play conservative. You're a Triple C.
I'm going to. It's a top part of my
Does not
tactics.
have a win in 3 different weight classes. Anthony Pettis, BJ Penn, Frankie Edgar, Kenny Florian. Who does not
Bully.
have a win?
Bully. Or who doesn't?
Kelvin. Yeah, who doesn't have a win in 3 different weight classes?
Kenny Florian.
Come on, Kelvin.
Oh, what's this, BJ? Damn. Oh, that's
BJ
right.
Penn fought in
That's
3 different
right.
weight classes, but he never got a win in
That's
45.
Ah.
Triple C gets the points. You're up, Triple C.
Você
Go
tá
ahead,
aí,
Henry.
cara? Tudo bem?
What you got? What you got, Triple C?
You're good, Henry?
Are you guys there, guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you there?
Yeah.
Oh, his thing went out again.
Everyone can see and hear you.
Oh boy.
I don't know what it is. I can't hear you guys again.
Oh,
I'm gonna leave and come back. All right?
okay. Okay.
Because it ain't over.
Oh man. How you gonna do me like that?
This is like a good time for you just like to reset. Gaslam, talk to your corner. Get your sip of water. You're
So you
falling
got-
behind here.
You guys spar in the back a little bit last week before a couple of W's together, or what?
Oh, where do you go now? Now we lost him. Now we lost everybody.
Dude, I'm itching to play. I'm itching to talk about Leon Edwards. That's fine. We got plenty to talk about.
Competition.
Still got the crown.
You good, Triple C?
Still got the crown, man. This crown ain't going nowhere.
There we go.
Alexander the Fake. if
You got to
you're
hit your
watching
camera, Kelvin.
this,
Hit camera.
All right,
What
there you
happened
go.
to Jason?
All right. Triple C, you're up now. You
What
pick another
happened to
category.
Jason Anik?
Oh,
He stays
we're,
in the
good-
channel.
we're good here. They,
Dude, who
they
is it?
kicked me out in the game show, but we're
Who
here.
is it for 400?
Who is it? 400. Mayweather or Adesanya?
Bully.
Kelvin.
That's Mayweather.
Come on, Kelvin.
Damn. That's outside
Come
of
on, I
time,
knew,
man.
dude, I knew that was gonna be a good one.
Damn.
That was a big one.
Dude.
I
You know what's
gotta-
crazy?
I
Is
gotta zoom
you know what's
in.
crazy is
I gotta zoom in
Calvin,
or
you get the
something.
hardest ones, dude. That Curtis Blaze one and whomever I forget, dude. That was like
That was a hard one. Yeah, that was an easy one right there.
I gotta like
he
zoom
shot
in or
5.
something.
You're
There
up,
we
Triple
go.
C.
I gotta zoom in.
All right, I'm gonna say, why don't we do face smash again for 200?
Face smash for 200. Two fighter faces here.
Oh man.
This is a good one.
Oh man.
I know the one, but I can't recognize the other one.
These
both
are UFC fighters, right?
Yeah, both bantamweights in the bantamweight division.
I'm terrible, dude. I really don't watch.
Bully.
Kelvin.
Bully.
Kelvin.
That's Dominic Cruz and TJ Dillashaw.
Dang, how did you get that one? That was good.
God, damn.
That's
how-
how
that's
tough
This
one.
is
That one
gonna
right
be
there.
the
That's a skill.
greatest comeback in Bully Show history.
Yeah, the reason why I
Calvin,
didn't know that one,
comeback.
guys, because I just started both of their faces. I forget what they look like.
Triple C doesn't look in the rear view.
You're up,
Tá
Calvin.
ligado, cara?
All
Você
right,
tá ligado?
Let's take this home. Let's do name scrambles for 400, please.
Name scramble 400. This is big, Calvin.
Bully.
Calvin.
Marvin Vittori.
Shit.
Okay, come back. Come back. Here we go. Down by 500. Here we go. Calvin.
Hold on. What's the score, real quick? I want to know what the score is.
1,300 to 800. He's down by 500.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna shut him out. I'm gonna give him a
home.
good, nice little
Let's
text.
take this home.
Let's-
Face man.
Let's
for
do
400,
UFC trivia.
It's
Who is
Calvin's
it,
up.
KG?
Calvin's up.
Oh, my bad.
Please. Yes, sir.
Who'd you pick, Calvin? Face smash?
Face smash 400.
Face smash 400. This is big. This is big.
Bully.
Triple C.
Amanda Nunes and Megan Anderson.
Boom! That was big.
Yeah.
He
Damn.
shows up. That was big.
Just
Okay.
like that, KG. Take
Okay.
notes, player.
Okay.
You're up, Triple C.
All right, I'm gonna do UFC trivia for 300.
I got
300
you.
UFC
Easy.
trivia. Charles Oliveira fight night bonuses. Over or under 14?
Bully.
Calvin.
That's over.
Boom. 16. $800,000 in bonuses.
Let's do this. Let's go. Let's keep it
Damn.
going.
Okay.
He's
1,700 to
he's
1,100.
good.
This is close.
Face smash for 300, please.
Face mask 300. Here we go.
Bully.
Calvin.
That is Triple C and Alex Volkanovski.
Boom.
Ah!
Come on. How did you notice that?
Keep it going. Let's keep it going.
No, I knew it was me, but I didn't know the other part. I thought it was be you, bro.
Uh-oh. 300. Only down by 300. You're up, Calvin.
Where is it? Who is it for 300, please?
Who is it for
Take it
300?
home
Let's
For
go.
the tie.
Bully.
Oh, bully.
Henry.
That's Chris Weidman and
Is it Wonder Boy or Volante?
Wonder Boy for sure.
It is Wonder Boy.
You see that? They look like a cute couple too, by the way.
Hey, this is big. You need these points right here, Naslo.
Damn.
Let's go.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
600 points left. You're down by 600. You're up, Henry.
All right, I'm gonna say UFC trivia for 200.
200. Here we go. Who has more title fight wins, Anderson Silva or Demetrius Johnson?
Bully.
Calvin.
That's Anderson.
You blew it. You blew it.
God. I think I won this game, right?
That's
did.
the win right there. We'll just put these out there. Just put out there.
That's clear. I know that.
That is a leer. Man, you had it. You had it, Calvin. You were right there.
Man.
What was that last
Hey.
name scramble?
Well, we have our champion right here. Add another C. We have quadruple C in the game.
Oh yeah, but you know what? Since Calvin lost,
We
still there, guys.
Yeah, here we go. Wait,
here.
let's get the
Guys,
floor.
since Calvin
Florida
lost,
Triple C
can
right
Calvin
now.
please do me a favor and bend the knee to King?
Damn it!
It was a close game. It was a close game, but he's right there.
Damn it.
We don't call him Triple C for nothing.
still
That is
got it.
quadruple C.
All I do is
You
win.
blew it.
That's all I
Got
do.
it.
This guy doesn't lose championship fights. He doesn't lose them, man.
Damn,
He's
he
a freaking-
did not.
Tá ligado, cara?
Yeah, buddy. That's all, man.
Hey, thank both of you guys for coming out. I really appreciate it. Both you guys are the man. Fun time with you guys. Congrats against Calvin, Triple C. All you do is win. But thank both of you guys for coming on.
Great to
My
meet you
pleasure,
guys.
man. That was fun.
Awesome, man.
Peace out, guys.
Yeah, pleasure,
luck, boys.
Jason. Mohammed, congratulations on your last one too, and KG, congrats too. See you guys.
Thanks, brother.
Hasta la
Peace,
vista.
man. Good to meet you, brother.
Later.
All right.
Triple
Well,
C does it again.
right. You know, technical difficulties, you know, just fine. Hey, you just fine. We just sit there, you know, we're just going to fucking sit there and we're just going to let it figure out. Cause that's, remember the show. We just roll with it.
This
So
is live TV. We have to do what we want. Hey, we're main event now. We don't really care what happens.
yeah, exactly. We're going to take that 13. We're going to knock the one off the front of it and put a nice little
Man, that just
Three
sounded
on
good right now.
You like that? So
That was good.
I do want to get to a couple Bics if you don't mind, because I'm curious who you like in some of these fights. I want to try and make some wagers this weekend.
For sure. Let's get it.
Man,
Man, I had so many people messaging me like, what are your picks for this week? What are your picks for this week?
That-
During my fight, I'm like, bro.
it's funny because I'm saying to my wife, I'm like, oh, I don't want to like text this dude. I just like, oh, no, but, you know, I want to just leave this dude alone, right? And then I see like, it's funny when people break I saw on Instagram, you know, someone puts a comment like, yo, we need the Bics. Like that's probably exactly what you're looking for, to sort of break the energy and just give you a little laugh. It made me laugh.
It's like literally like the funniest. And then it's like one of those where you want to stay off social media, but I'm like, we're literally in the hotel room doing nothing all day. So it's like we're in quarantine. So like we're bored. So I'm like sitting there looking at my phone. And then, you know, people like on Instagram where you have to share people's stories. So I'm sharing random people like putting me on their story, like good luck. Cause I'm sharing it. And then a couple of random guys will be like, if I'll share it, and then that gives them that thinks that gives them their chance to like, hey, can you follow me? And I'm like,
Right.
bro, you think I'm really looking to follow you right now? Like, yo, I gave you a share. That's what you'll get right now. Like, I'm not looking to follow anybody right now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's funny. I'm trying to reach out to Lewis Taylor the whole time because I don't want to bug you. So I'm just all up in his Instagram, just trying to give him the indirect love, you know?
You got to get him on Snapchat. His Snapchats. He goes more hard on Snapchat. He's like the only guy right now that ever uses Snapchat.
It's funny. And I, to be honest, haven't even been on Snapchat because I'm 42. But dude, even his Instagram stories, there's a lot of entertainment there.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So we're not going to pick your boy Jared Gordon's fight. Nice sweatshirt, but a lot of love for Flash on this program. I will say, and Cody, is this true? The line started Gordon minus 180 and Chavez was plus 155. Now it's very close. Gordon plus 110, Danny Chavez minus 145. My brother said to me just sort of randomly, he can't wait to watch Flash fight. He think he's sort of in a very good place. So talk to us about your boy Jared a little bit.
Yeah, you know, he's one of those guys like literally like my brother, like literally like calls me all the time, literally my fight week. And like you said, like where you're like, man, what should I say to you? Should I message you or something like that? Where you feel like you don't know what to say. And I feel like a lot of people don't know what to say, but like Jared's one of those guys where he'll say that he does the perfect thing where I tell people like, man, that's what it's supposed to be. It's not like, hey, how you feeling? Are you ready for today? Like, you don't want that. It's like, he'll call me, he'll be like, yo, I love you. Do your thing. And then he'll hang up. Like, he knows what it is. Like where you have people like, hey, what time's your fight? The message me, like, what channel is it on? So, hey, are you? And I'm like, bro, like literally I'll just like ignore people. And it's like people that want to have a conversation with you right now. Like, how you feeling, bro? And I'm like, hey, are you going to win? And I'm like, hey, what should I bet on you? And I'm like, when people say that, that's what pisses me off the most. Cause I'm like, what should you bet on me? I'm like, dude, or like, hey, make us proud. And I'm like, make you proud? Like, don't, I'm like, dude, I don't know you. So like, I don't really care about making you proud. I care about making my family proud, and then the people are proud of me just for being here, regardless. So, like, if you really care about me, that's what you care about. So, like,
Right?
when you get those random messages, like, I was literally telling myself all week I was gonna like come out with stories of what you're supposed to do to Fighters Fight Week and what not to do, and like even my dad was literally called me the day before. I'm cutting weight. So how you feel? How you feeling? I'm like, yeah, good. It's like, oh, you should be on weight, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Hey, man, you see John Jones? You think he's gonna beat Francis Ngannou? And I'm like, you seriously want to talk to me about this right now?
Right?
Like, I care about John Jones and Francis Ngannou right now.
Right.
Like, I'm like, but it's your dad, so you're like,
Well,
yeah.
It's
So,
funny.
like,
Well, on a different scale, like on a pay-per-view night, if I'm talking to John and God forbid I ask him a question about, the main event or something, that the last thing he wants is me to ask him a question that he's going to have to talk and use his voice and answer me when he's been talking about it all week. But what's different than your dad is you got to be nice to your dad. You can be sure John doesn't, he'll be like, you are the last person I want to talk to you about this right now. That's
really?
Oh yeah. But that's all right. Hey, we have the same DNA, so it's fine, all right, so let's get to some of the picks. So we got 3 of them. First one, featherweight division. Derek Minner plus 155 versus Charles Rosa minus 190. Florian and the Duck on Anakin Florian podcast, both on Minner, the underdog. Careful there, though. The last time all 3 you were on an underdog, it was Alexander Overeem, and we saw how that worked out on the main event there. So anyway, who do you got? Minner, Rosa, 145.
I feel like Rosa's gonna take this one. I feel like he's a big veteran in the game, and this is Minner's first fight in the UFC. He's like one of those veterans that's been outside of the UFC a while. So like, but I really like Rosa in this fight. I think it's gonna be a tough fight. It's not gonna be an easy fight, but he's coming off a win, so I think he's gonna end up taking this one, just being smarter.
Got it. Next 2 Bicks. Both in the big boy division. First one, heavyweights, Alexei Oleinik versus Chris Daukaus. I like referencing the Florian and Parker picks. They're on opposite sides here. So Parker's taking the dog Oleinik. Florian likes Daukaus. Break the tie for us on the Anakin Florian Podcast Network, sir.
Man, Daukaus looked amazing his last fight, man. His boxing is so fast. But Oleinik is one of those veterans, man, where he'll take a couple of hits, but he gets you to the ground. He ends up winning somehow, and he always pulls it off. And when you're a heavyweight and you have over like 40 submissions and just
60 fights or something.
Yeah, he's just been in the game for so long, and he's been beating these like up and comers where they're like trying to give him guys where they make their name off him, but he's not gonna go away. Where I say it's those guys where they want you to lose, but like you could tell me that I'm supposed to lose this fight, but I'm not gonna lose this fight. Like he always ends up winning, and I think that he's gonna pull this one through. Like Daukaus is fast, powerful, and he's really good for a heavyweight, but I think that Oleinik his grappling is going to be too much for him. He gets on top, he's going to be lay heavy on him and finish him.
Got it. Final bit, main event, heavyweight division. Former Remember the Show guest, Curtis Blades. They all are going to be soon former Remember the Show guests. I have to just bring up watching Nixick and Krause the other weekend coaching against each other after being on the show against each other. That was great. All right. So anyway, Curtis Blades.
We had Nixick came to my hotel. Like he messaged me. He was in the hotel with us. He ended up showing up like Friday. He was cornering somebody over there, and then he sent me a video of him in my workout room, because our workout rooms are right next to our hotel room. So it's just basically a little mat and then like a little sauna in there, and then it's like literally right next to our door, and it has our name on there. And he messaged me a video of him in the room, and he farted in there, and he's like, "Hey, I'm in your workout room." I was like, "Bro, come to the thing." So he ended up coming out the day before the fight, stayed in our hotel room for 2 hours, and we were just chopping it up, talking. It's such a cool guy, dude. Coach. It was just fun.
Oh, my brother can't say enough good things about Nixick. All right, so Blades a huge favorite, minus 440. He wants the $100,000 win bonus. He doesn't care how he needs to do it. He's won 4 in a row. Black Beast has won 3 in a row. So does a Black Beast have a magic moment in the cage and on the microphone, or does Blades find a way to get his hand raised?
It's one of those. It's like one of those fights too, where you're like, Blades is gonna walk through him. It's like stylistically wise, Derek Lewis really, I don't see him coming up with anything to beat Blades. His weakness is wrestling. Obviously, that's Derek Lewis's weakness, and Blades' strength is he's the best wrestler in the heavyweight division, and even his striking, where a lot of people they don't give him credit for his striking, but he's fast for a heavyweight. He's really smooth with his striking, for footwork and everything. you know, like I said, he just chooses a lot of his fights just to make it a ground game because he knows that's where he's his best, and he's smart, so he knows that's gonna win in the fight. So like, why take damage? It's heavyweight. All it takes is one punch. All it takes is one little hit, one knee, one elbow, and you could lose that fight. And why put yourself through that chance? So like for this fight, I think he's gonna go out there. I think he's gonna take him down, and you know, it's one of those fights too where it's like everybody's like, well, the winner of Francis Ngannou against Stipe is fighting John Jones, and nobody's thinking about Blades. Like literally, the only person he's lost to is Francis Ngannou. He's dominated every other fight.
Yep. And
he doesn't get credit for being how good he is. You know, he had not even really a boring performance. It was like if you're a wrestler against Volkan, like he took him down so many times, and being a heavyweight and being able to take a guy down freaking over 10 times in a fight, that takes a lot of skill, and he doesn't get the credit for that. You know, fans are they're always going to hate. They don't want to see that. They want to see blood and guts and gore. But to me, man, he's really talented, and I think he's going to walk through Lewis. But I want to see what Lewis is going to come out. You know, Lewis comes for being that big. Like, he doesn't get credit for his athleticism. Like, he has jumping switch kicks. And even on the ground where he'll find a way to explode up. Like, he doesn't waste his energy trying to play guard or anything like that. He knows what he's good at. He knows that all it takes is one punch, one explosion on his feet, and he can finish the fight. And he has so much heart that he'll go 5 all the way to the 5th round of getting taken down. But hey, if I had that 1 second left, I'm still in this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Curtis Blades is going to be too smart for him, too good for him. I think he's going to finish this.
I hear you. He's a similar heavy favorite, just as Bilal, remember the name Muhammad, was last week. Anyway, it's funny. I think someone put on the screen the line with Leon Edwards. I think they said it was plus 200 or something for you, or 2-1. I know you don't care about that now, but I saw someone put it on the screen, so I got to give them love for getting into it. We'll have plenty of time to talk about Leon Edwards, I'm sure. But I think that's it for this week. Check out Anik and Florian podcast early next week. They're going straight live like us, Bully, I think, with the total live show. So we'll see how it goes. See if they have some of the technical.
Oh, they're going live now? Okay.
I think so. Director Cody Merrow. Is that the case? They are going live, right?
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay.
There might be a special Q&A segment, and then we'll add it into the show. So more Anik and Florian content to come.
Gotcha.
It takes skill to go live. It takes real skill to go live. It's not as easy as people think it is. Like, we have to go through. We put ourselves through the ringer a couple of times on this show, but
yes,
I don't know if they have the guts to do it.
Well, right, and I'm sitting here to Karen Bryan and Megan O'Leary saying like it's live TV. Hey, you know, as if they've never done live TV before. It's a mess. But anyway, we'll have plenty more to discuss next week on Remember the Show for our director Cody Merrow and the welterweight contender Bilal. Remember the name Muhammad. I am Jason Anik. We appreciate you all. Good night.
Saturday night, Flash Gordon, baby. Tune in.
Let's go, Jig.